Hi and welcome. Thanks for tuning back in. And yes, I made a new part. This one, but it's also not. It's like this one is similar. Well, sorry for that. Sorry, I cut that off halfway, but also that's reminding me to speed things up. But just like them all. That's just the coincidences are so cool. But this one is similar to the other one. It says, "Don't hope without kind of." Doubts and doubt without hope. Well, especially like the don't doubt without hope, because I don't want to have self-doubts, or I don't want to doubt on purpose, but like I know what they mean. I think it's be, what do you call this though, the right balance or something, like having good, just being reasonable doesn't mean you can't be optimistic in the meantime. Well, the eagle thing is so funny with the mountain and with taking it step by step. The eagle would have certainly, something like there's something said about spreading our wings and flight. Also, like the eagle would have seen that there's the ocean like right there. I don't know if there's others, but I wanted to share. No, where is it? It disappeared. 1 minute. Oh yeah. Ta-da. Goodness, that's a funny name. Right, it's so cool, and I was like, I think at one point I always wanted to tell you the same thing. It's so cool, but it says the sun. If somebody so rich and like, how do you say, with the what do you call these? Do you know these is it bugger? No, it's like a thing with. When I think in German, I can't speak English. This is a car where you take out like things out of the earth, and like if you take literally this much money, you get. It's just a saying. If you have that much money, then you're just like super rich. If somebody is that rich, the sun he can't buy. That's what pleases me, or what I like about it. The sun nobody gets too close to. In her hellish fire, let's just say fire, because if I think about the word, it won't come in my mind. Nobody can claim the sun and take it for himself. And that is good. Some of these words have like double meanings in German, like, but the sun belongs to us all. Man or human / person, plant and animal. If the sun didn't stand above us, or if the sun was not set into the like firmament, then we wouldn't be standing here. Or we wouldn't be set here. If you want to keep that, because these are like, looks like the same word, or is the same word. At one point I think I wanted to tell you that, like maybe I missed that, because, and it goes back to something I wanted to tell you at the very beginning. That was so great. Probably the greatest honor that God has ever shown me. And I want to tell you about it at the time because it was so cool. It's such an honor. It's so awesome. But I did post on Facebook that God cannot be claimed, and it's sort of like, it reminds me of it, because it's sort of like we can't claim the light for ourselves. We can't really take the light away, or we can't really take in, like, it can't really belong to anybody. I don't mean to like commit blasphemy and compare God to the sun, but the light is there, which is God is light, and it's sort of, that's the, if I ever had any way of like thinking, any way you can kind of think what, well, the sun is the one thing where we can like, but the light where we can kind of see it. And it's like so true. and you can't buy the sun. We are all rich because of it. It gives us life in that sense. I mean, God gives us life, but it's like we need water and we need light. There's the sun. You can't buy it. I said that, but yeah, nobody can claim the sun for themselves. The sun belongs to all, and it's almost like light also belongs to all. Well, God, and the same way how God is for everybody. This poem is reminding me of that. And you can't claim him. But I'm not comparing him to the sun, but maybe the closest thing we know. Never mind. And then yeah, we survived because of it or her, like because of the light of the sun. And it's like God gives the sun. I know God created the sun too, so like the sun is because of him, but also we are more because of God, but we also need the sun. I know I'm thinking the right thing, but like I don't want anything to sound like blasphemy, so I'm like clearly we need God more, but I'd rather imagine, like I'd rather think he is light, and then kind of if the only light that I know is the sun, rather than maybe an old man sitting on a cloud. If that makes any sense. But I don't want to compare him to the sun, because I'm not asking people to get away off of him. God is God. God is God is God. There's only one God, so God is God. Oh no. I don't know. I don't have any good words. No regret that I said that, but also like I'm getting a bit tired. Because I uploaded the video first, so that took its time, then I did the other part. You could clearly see I went into too much detail, and then I'm like, how do I have so much footage? But also, like, everything of it is so beautiful, and like, some of the stuff wouldn't get said. Like, this is just... I take those words back, okay? Just, like, think of it separately, like, but... Son, God is God, but like, it's doom. And it is really cool. We can't take the sun. They are trying to, like, privatize water, which already... How can you do that? It's what we need to live. It belongs to everybody. But now, you know, the sun, you can't do that. And this, and jemand so nahe kommen is to get too close to somebody. It, like, has that meaning, too. It's, like, nobody can get too close to her, which is great, but also, like, nobody gets too close to the sun. And there's that, Icarus and what's his name? But there were those two guys who, I think it was father and son or something, in the Greek myths, and then they tried to, and they built this wagon. I think, is that why we have a wagon as a star sign thing? Not sign, but like a star sign, like, you know, we have that. I'm not sure if that's the wagon, but they took the wagon and they built themselves wings. They built themselves wings of wax, but the wax melted, and so they fell. Guess why they crashed on Earth and died. But that's the I guess the lesson from that myth story is also, like, it also comes through in the story that they were trying to get too close to the sun, but they couldn't do it. And I was gonna say they drowned. Well, they fell and they drowned in their own intelligence. I'll just leave it at that. But I feel like this could have gotten maybe said nicer and better if I'd done the videos first and not gone into so much detail, because it's making me tired, and that's just slowing me down. But I love this, and like, she wrote that into my poesy album. It doesn't say a date either here. Oh my, that's a pity. Like, I don't understand why people are putting their dates in there. But it's definitely primary school. Maybe again same year 4, 5, or 6, but also sixth year. But also the German system is different. So that doesn't maybe say the same thing about the age 100%, but you can definitely guess I was still a kid. So like, that's so cute. Oh, they have the chicken and egg question, but also this chicken is being happy, laying a happy egg. we had, and this flower grows because of the sun. I love that. And my mom read me a story about a chicken. The guy bought the chicken from some of those, like, where he's gonna use her whole life and then killed her. And he freed her, and then she got the happy life. Eating real free worms. And the chicken was very surprised. You could see it in her eyes. But that was back then. I mean, so it is, of course, like, childish because I was still a kid, but this is really meaningful. Like, it's not coming through because I'm tired, but I wanted to put all these words to you. But it's still very true. Let me see if I missed one. Whoops. Well, there were. I think there was one which I really liked. Donna. There's one written about something about a tiger. Yes, there was a young lady of Riga who rode with a smile on a tiger. They came back from their ride. Maybe it's when they came back from the ride. With the lady inside, the smile was on the face of the tiger. There was something scary with the tiger, but this is a long time ago. I can't go into more details, but some of the stuff. And this is actually based on Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. But I love this. And it's funny that the person hurt me a little bit. And this was before that, and it's like every time I look at it, I was like, oh my god, it's so beautiful. But then I always wonder who was that, but then it was them, and it's like every time. It just happens all the time. So I just want to show you like how much words can live on and the wisdoms in them. I love this. What is this? I don't know how to explain what I love about this one. But it's so simple. Little drops, of water. Maybe they can have a big influence. A drop of poison in a drink makes a difference. Maybe not that kind of example, but also, aren't we all drops of, like, God, of life? And 1 ounce of purity will overcome any obstacle, provided it is pure. It's almost, an ounce could almost be like a drop. Right? You can really measure it. Whereas, like, a drop of something, maybe a sweetness in, I don't know, a good drink, maybe a chai tea, or something good, no poison, will be, positive in this allegory anyway. I know we could talk about sugar, but that's a different thing. But, like, a drop of sweetness does sweeten the day, even if the drink was slightly bitter before, like the sweetener, and it's bitter, sweet. I don't know how to put in words there, but, like, yeah, with even if, like, a drop of, like, God's energy, like, change our lives, and just, aren't we all, like, drops of God? I did say that, but the kind of light, Lichtermeer, das Lichtermeer, the light, the ocean of light, like, the light is almost like a stream as well, and it's almost like a drop, because we have photons, I might be pronouncing it wrong, but quantums, and they're there, and it's almost like, I don't know if I captured it with words very well, but I know what I mean. I know I mean the right thing. I hope you liked it. Oh, because it says gold, and I didn't realize that. Gold has become a thing now. When the golden raindrops gently or kind of quietly knock on your window, or are quietly knocking on your window, or gently, or quietly, well, it's like really, well, very quietly. You can say hear them though. Then think to yourself, in all stillness, that these are greetings from me. It's so simple, but I love it. And talking about words living on, it's like, imagine every time it's rain. If they do that in movies, but that's kind of mostly a sad thing, that rain isn't really, it's rain. The plants need it to grow, and if it always reminded you beautifully of somebody you used to know, in like a positive sense like this, and we didn't really stay in contact with each other. His picture is like right here, but I don't know if that's personal. I don't know if that's copyright stuff. That's the only thing. I mean, I don't really want to worry about that, but rather than having issues later, I mean, some people, especially like, two people or something, like some few people you stay really good friends with later, and some, I guess you kind of grow apart and you didn't expect it at the time, but it's just a beautiful, just the thought of like, every time it rains, you remember them. I feel like every time it rains, we get to remember the growth of like, or positive. It's like God giving us little drops of energy, of life energy, every little day, every little moment, every day, all the time, and we get to live our lives because of it. So how could we not be grateful for the rain? It makes plants grow, and the sun and rain together. We know it makes rainbows, but like, just without rain, things wouldn't grow. Like, because we use that as like a allegory, or a kind of we kind of equate it with like sadness, or like, oh, bad weather. It's like, we need, the same way we need our struggles, we need the rain to grow things, and we need our struggles to grow ourselves. And really, it's not really so bad, it's just rain. I don't know how to say that. I feel like more wanted to come out about when I was talking about like the drop of life, and just a little bit of a drop of life can make such a difference. And an ounce of positivity, a drop of positivity, but also like a drop of happiness. There's something in, it's called Sophie's Welt. It's this book, Sophie's World, I guess, I think. But it's like, he says this one phrase, like a thumb, wait. Oh, like a thumb on the body of God? Stuff. I don't know if that's blasphemy. I know he doesn't. I know he's spirit, but kind of that, those words stuck with me too throughout all this time, because it's like, maybe we can kind of say it like that, or more like a cell on it, not his body, but like a cell, like a little cell in his so-called body, or just like, I mean, we also say body for a body of work, or like a body for like a corporation, or like a kind of a big thing made of many people. So in that sense, I don't know what, I'm not finding the right words here, but those words stuck with me too. And so when you look at atoms, they're sort of like little mini universes with like not photons, electrons and neutrons, protons, I think. So I think it's pronounced. Like, it's kind of like a setup with planets, except in a mini version. So like, sometimes I wonder if the whole multiverse theory or like thing is really kind of like real. Well, I don't know, not real, not that there's like mini aliens in our cells, but like, I feel like the whole setup, I mean, it's really, I don't know, he hasn't taught me anything about that, but it makes me wonder, I feel like the structure is there in a sense, that life is already in itself, conclusive, and already makes sense in itself, if that makes any sense. I feel like there was more to the drops, but I don't want to drag it out, man. If I don't want to start rambling if what I'm trying to say is not coming through. But there was this thing. I can't remember in which book I read it. Did I read it in this book? Did I hear it there? But it's like, if God is an ocean of light, like one drop of light, But I love that. Don't you think that's beautiful? Imagine like, if we had just simply a positive association with, if every time like rain and even the knocking on our window, it's like, it's like a positive, gentle thing, reminder. Actually, water can be very gentle on the skin. It's like, hello, here I am, like saying hi even when that person's far away, which leads you back to everything we said about a present, somebody has passed away, but never really, the essence is never really gone in that sense, that we can incorporate them into your lives, which leads me to other things I wanted to show you, but I don't know if I'll still be doing that because I've talked too much. I think there was one thing, and it just said some simple words, but I can't find it. But it was something, I think something about like, never, just simple words to just keep the spirit, keep joyous. I mean, you could go on forever because there's so much stuff in something. I'm not saying that people knew this, but like the truth behind it, sometimes we don't know why we're finding some words and like them so much. Maybe sometimes we could have found even better words, but like it comes through at the end of the day. This is why I used to love to collect words and didn't know why. I was like, oh, this relates to this and this relates to this. I used to do that like in my teens, I guess, but I didn't know what I loved about it. Now I understand, like I'm learning, and I love how there's the truth behind them, and it was already there then when I heard this, and that's why it stuck with me. Like I used to think that was, I used to like, am I weird? I used to like think, am I the only person who does this? But I used to love collecting words that belong together, even though they were completely from independent sources, and you think, but God is behind everything. You know that now. I like to read this one to you because it says, and Glück is, it means joy. It means kind of a profound, like having fun, profound, deep happiness. And then there's joy, but it also means luck in a different sense. But like, is it if you want to, because you would say if you want to become happy, but it's like if you want to be profoundly happy. Like I would translate it with joy, but then joy doesn't mean the same. It's like it's really profound. It's like a just really profound happiness, and not just because happy we can be. Maybe sometimes you're happy in a moment, and overall, maybe not so, maybe not be. But it says if you want to, find true happiness. I guess you'd say true happiness on earth, and contribute to other people's true happiness or joy. For the joy that we give will return to our own heart. And it's cool, I like it, and it's very simple. And I think I used to know how to appreciate the simple ones, but I can't as much as, not because of the statements, but I like to see pictures and whatever. But like, turns out, I feel like that I was thinking that's kind of what I'm doing here, or that's kind of why I'm making this video in the first place. Attempting to contribute to other people's joy. That's kind of like, and it's so true. We do get what we give, and we have the saying of what goes around comes around. Man erntet, was man sät in German, and it's like turns back around to us. It's like so true. And I mean, you could go into detail forever, but like energy can't be kind of eliminated. It can only be transformed, and so like passing positivity on, or passing on the love, it will never be lost. Somebody said that to me, to us. But anyway, what did I just want to say? Oh no, slipped my mind. Well, maybe that means that it's time to stop these videos. Oh, because in German, because there's a, oh, you reap what you sow. Yeah, that's the one I want to say. That's the one in German. It's kind of cool with it, because it's like planting the seed. It's like so planting the seed for something in energy, even when you know nothing about what will become of it. But you planted the seed, so. Sorry. Yeah. Well, let's return to this one. Full circle. Closure. Because there were a couple of other things, but I don't know if I should start that now, because yeah, I'll make, if I do it, I will see. Maybe I won't make a video tomorrow then. I don't know. I shouldn't have like a time limit, but if somebody has like a show, it would just like, I feel like, I don't know, on YouTube, it's not really, people don't really put time limits on like their videos. They might want to keep them short or something so more people watch them or something, but it isn't really like, I don't see how I can say, okay, I can't continue this video because it's like, it's a video that I'll upload. It's like, I don't know. If you had like a show, you could always have the show the same length. Maybe that would really be in a little bit. I don't know. But yes, I will not start the other thing now, because then I'm pretty sure then I'll be like, I can't cut this off halfway now, and then that video will be super long. So, but actually, in my defense, these were like evolvements throughout. I mean, it happened in a couple of moments. I mean, I don't know actually. Didn't measure the time. These happen in different days and different moments. Everything I wanted to tell you today. So some of it I haven't said yet. Well, everything in the same book kind of happened the same time, but I think these kind of happened today. So this was from the other day. So it's like in my mind it's already happened. It's like, in my defense, I'm trying to capture several days, but also I have only done like 2 days. I don't really mind the length. I just want it to be potent, or like what goes out, I want it to be like meaningful to the viewer. Makes sense, because that makes sense to make videos. Right. Well, let's wrap this up. I hope you liked it, though. I hope this was meaningful to mean something to you. Great. Like, even like, if some of it, I think I almost said meaningless, that's why. I hope this meant something to you, like, even if like one meant more to one person, one meant more to another, or I hope you liked it. I hope you are still watching. I hope people are watching this, and I hope you liked it. But even if you know like the blueprint, or this is a thing that can happen, and these words are so meaningful, and that would be great. Not everything must mean always the same to everybody, but I'm comfortable with like half an hour, because it doesn't seem too crazy, but it's also like, excuse me, I almost made it through the whole video. I'm sorry. Well, like, where it's kind of almost like wait, it's like, okay, everything's slipping my mind because I've been talking. I have a lot of thoughts, I try to keep them in my mind because I wanted to tell them to you. So yeah, it's a bit of a tired video. It's like still funny enough to watch and just take an interest in, like, a lot of things can get said. I mean, a lot of things can get said with one simple statement. Actually, like, I don't want to say lifetimes, but times. Like, so much can be said with one statement. With one line or one verse. And when I was writing those notebooks, like, when I was writing those books, I started realizing, and it's like, sometimes we think we don't understand something. Sometimes it's like, we can't take it so fast. And maybe take one of the statements and actually work with it, or like let it sink in, and it sparks understanding. And so yeah, I mean, some things you heard years ago and they mean something today, or still mean something even today. But I love that with my granny. I know I said it, but it's like, it connects me to her, and like it connects me to, not in a spooky way, but it connects me to, and the love is there, and it's like, I get to carry the words with me. I know it. I remember thinking, maybe I should let this go, and I'm like, I can't. I'm reading the book. I was like, I can't do that now, because now it's like, it gains so much meaning. I feel like I love to be able to look back in a couple of years. Hopefully, probably, we'll see, but exactly like one of them said, remember the one which said, when you take this book out and open it and like have a look inside. I hope it'll cheer you up and bring you joy. That's exactly what that is. So I don't know how to wrap it up. There was other things I wanted to talk about, but now I feel like I'm ranting because I didn't want it to be like overload of information. I wanted it to be, I mean, it is a stream of information. Like life is a stream of information, but I wanted it to be. That's how involvement can be. How there could be meaning, like involvement, like we can constantly learn. But I didn't want it to be excessive. Like I don't know. Let's take a break and see. There's always new things, but I hope you like this anyway. Oh yeah, it's at 30 minutes, so I will see you in the next one. I hope you liked it. I hope you will tune back in. But also this could be like, these are, and when words are deep, they are meaningful. They could be meaningful more than you know. So like, I'll see you in the next one. And thanks for tuning in. I hope you will be back soon. I'll see you soon. Take care of yourself. Much love. Bye.